Hey, what's going on, guys? You're listening to the Big T Talks podcast. This is your host, Travis Henry, Big T. This is actually going to be episode 1 for us. We have switched our platforms over. I'm going to tell you right now a little bit about what the Big T Talks podcast is going to be about, and a little bit about my story and why I feel like this is something that I need to do. It's been something I've wanted to do for a while. So during this podcast, we're going to talk about a lot of things. A lot of it is going to be business related. Some of it is going to tie into the hair industry and barbering related, which I am heavily involved in. We're going to talk about fashion. We're going to talk about culture. We're going to talk about family, values. Entrepreneurship is huge. First and foremost, I feel like I am an entrepreneur, a businessman. Above all, I've had a few different businesses over the course of my life. I'm 38 years old, so I'm just getting started. I don't feel like I have a ton of experience as someone in their 50s and 60s who have been grinding it out, but I've put in a lot of work in my time. I've failed a lot in my time. I know what to do, what not to do. And hopefully this helps some of you guys out. I mean, I'm doing this podcast specifically for me to reach out and give back. I get quite a few emails. I get Facebook messages. I have people ask me questions. So hopefully this reaches out. This podcast will help you guys. We do have all social media sites up and running: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We do have a website. Everything is under Big T Talks. The website is bigttalks.com. So feel free to drop us a line on that. So with that being said about the podcast and what it's going to be about, I mean, we are going to cover everything. Some days we're going to talk about clothes and shoes. Some day we're going to talk about what it takes to start a business. Some days we're going to talk about, what it is to be a good employee, what it is to be a good business owner, what it is to be a good subcontractor, how to negotiate deals, how to, put your nose down and just grind it out, how to meditate. We are going to cover everything. We're going to do hopefully 2 podcasts a week is the goal right now. We're going to always do a Monday morning motivation, bright and early, probably 7 o'clock Monday morning. We're going to just do a quick little fire, maybe 15-minute long, get you pumped up for the week. And then Wednesday or Thursday of the week, we are going to do our longer episode where we are getting into the depths. We're actually going to discuss into some detail of things you can do to help you out in your business. We're going to break the episode up into a few. We'll probably start off with, getting the homework out of the way, stuff we need to, talk about from previous episodes or emails or comments I've got on previous episodes. Then we'll go into like the daily topic. And then after the daily topic, we will, go into, some fun stuff, and try to keep everyone involved. Like I said, I'm doing this podcast for you as much as I am for me. I'm considering this episode 1 right now. We do have an intro song being worked on, and we do have all of our photos, headers, and stuff like that being sized to the right size. It's a lot. When I first started doing the podcast thing I think it's been about a year ago, I downloaded an app called Podbean, and I started recording on there, and that was the only place you could, record. You couldn't share it other places. You'd have to copy the link, share it to Facebook, and then people would have to download the Podbean app. It's a good app to start on. It's easy to use, easy to record with, but then over time of getting more comfortable with talking and figuring out how I wanted the podcast to kind of go and navigate, I found an app called Anchor.fm. I actually heard about it from a client, and then I heard Gary Vee talk about it, and so I downloaded that app. A much more intense app, a lot more options, a lot more features. The only problem I had with that is I could not get it to connect to iTunes. I did get it to connect with Google Play, and I could copy the link and share it on the website. But it was still a beginner app, for podcasting. It's been a lot of trial and error. Over the last couple weeks, I've still been doing more research. I wasn't sure if I was going to have a full studio and just record, 2 mics into a mixer and then upload it onto, an MP3 audio file and put it out there. But I found this app. It's called Spreaker. It's a super awesome app. You can do it from your PC. You can do it from your mobile devices. I upgraded to the pro plan, so I can do 45 minutes a day of podcasting. It links up to everything. So this episode is going to go live on iTunes. It'll go live on YouTube. It'll go right to the website. You'll be able to download the Spreaker app if you want. It is on SoundCloud. There's a lot more options. I'm still figuring out how to use it. And this has been awesome, being an entrepreneur and building a business. I was going to bring someone on who had podcasting experience, and have them either partner up with me or pay them, to help me navigate through this, because it is literally, for me to get this far, has taken me a year of trying, research, Googling, putting out okay episodes, not putting out the best content, really honing my craft, learning my voice, trying not to say as much, re-listening to my episodes over and over and over, until I felt like I was perfecting my craft to a good starting point. So yeah, man, so this is just kind of the intro. This is number 1, episode 1, what the Big T Talks podcast is going to be about. We're going to talk a lot about family and raising kids and what I've went through. I have a 5-year-old, and I have a 13-year-old stepson, and, stuff that I've dealt with. There's going to be a lot of truth. There's going to be a lot of real talk. Some stuff's going to piss people off. Some stuff's probably not going to piss people off. I just hope I can help all you guys out, man. If I can, reach one person throughout this entire podcast for however long I do it, then it was worth it, and I'm growing myself as a person and, becoming a better person. So yeah, check us out on the web, man. www.bigttalks.com. Check us out on iTunes. Check us out on SoundCloud, Big T Talks. I know once I load this up on there, it's going to take a while for the algorithms and all that stuff to work, and the magic of the interwebs. So if you guys could, when I post this on Facebook today, if you could share the episode, comment on the episode, like the episode, it's going to help me move up and slowly start spreading the word about it. All right, guys, that's all I got for today, man. It's Tuesday morning for me. I'm back to the grindstone. Big T Talks. We out. Peace.